I'm very easy to please. In fact, I've always been easy to please. The littlest things always excite me. After a long trip from the land of the abroad, I would fish into my dad's hand luggage. Inside, I'll find 4 expectant bottles of jam, 2 for his departure and 2 for his arrival. And I'll squeal in delight at my jam. Good old jam. We shared everything he got, mostly chocolate and biscuits, but there was an unspoken rule that the jam was mine. Even when my mom happened to get to his bag before me, she would say, "Here you go, here's your jam," and I'll equally squeal in delight. Only sweet treats that my mom didn't ration, so I could have copious, unreasonable spoonfuls of jam with bread. So on a date in the Netherlands, that's exactly what I ordered. Beda was a Persian Italian. He was smallish and jovial. He rode a black bike to the park where I waited. He had dark curly hair, and I noticed he had started to lose some of his hair. He took me to a quiet place at Rotterdam where we had brunch. I got a drink, but I do not remember what drink it was. But I did also get lemon tea and a croissant with jam and mascarpone. It's about being a full-time freelance violinist, a historical violinist, one that looks to the past musical documents and interprets them. He was very knowledgeable and humble, humbleness that bordered on insecurity, ashamed to push himself, ashamed to put himself out there, believing that his work was good enough to stand on its own. He had resigned to the fact that he may never own a home or make money. It was a pleasant date. We spoke for 4 hours, and the next day I left for Antwerp. Last year, I saw a lady picking some berries from the tree. She stood on a step stool and she held a lined woven basket. "Are those berries edible?" I had asked her. She looked down at me bewildered and probably slightly annoyed that I had distracted her from picking her berries, and she said, "Yeah, they're mulberries." Okay, not exactly that way. I thought how sweet it would be if I could make my own jam. But the seasons moved quicker than my motivation, and by the time I had gone back to get my berries, I was met with only branches of mulberry leaves. I returned to a different tree, a different neighborhood, and I got a lot of berries. And now I know why the lady was annoyed, because as I was picking my berries, I got a lot of people stopping to ask me, "Are those edible?" I've never actually tried them before. Inquisitive passerbys. They taste just like blackberry, one old man said. I didn't mind having these little conversations under the tree. Anyway, it's the little things that get me excited. Berry picking and friendly conversation. Even though I was a little conscious about my swollen eye.